Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Blessing here. So I thought I should bring something different, something new, something that I've never done before. So here with me I have my uncle, my mentor, and he's good as my best friend, guys. He's my guest for today. So welcome, sir.
Good to be here. Thank you.
Thank you. So today we're going to be talking about relationships. I myself haven't been so lucky in relationships. I think most of the times I've made bad choices. So I thought, why not ask someone who has better experience than I have? Because 14 years in marriage, right?
Yep.
And guys, I don't think marriage is easy, but then they make it seem easy. So I've decided to bring him here so that I can ask him questions, then he gives me answers. Some of you guys helped me with the questions. So yeah, let's get into it.
Yep.
Okay, so our first question was, sorry, what is the foundation of a good relationship?
Well, yeah. Once again, thank you. I think the foundation of any good relationship is built on honesty, and trust. I think those are two key elements for a foundation. You have to be honest and trust both ways.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, you heard that, guys, like honesty and trust. But then, how do you build that trust? Because trusting someone is not easy. So how does that happen? How does it work?
I think you do it opposite to what the word says. The word says, I'll give you a rope, and every time you disappoint me, I cut the rope until it's all gone. I think you have to do it the other way around. I think you have to be patient with the other person and allow yourself to know that this person will make mistakes as you also make mistakes. So when you do make mistakes, be gracious enough to ask for forgiveness. When they also make mistakes and they ask for forgiveness, don't hold it upon them. So that's how you do it. It's one day at a time.
Okay. Thank you, sir, for that. So our second question says, how does one tell if the person you're dating is in it for the wrong reasons?
I think it's that's actually a very brilliant question, because at the onset, it should be like a business deal. Don't go in it with your eyes closed or just with your feelings and hormones. You get hurt. Take it like a business deal. When you're going into a business deal, you have to look at the threat, the opportunities. You have to look at, why am I going in this and what's in it for me? Because once it begins to be one way, you begin to feel like somebody's taking advantage of you. Somebody's putting 60% and you're putting 40%. From the onset, clarify everything. State whatever you're bringing in and whatever you're expecting from it. Yeah.
Okay. Then the third question is, what is the key to a healthy relationship?
Healthy relationship.
If there is
such a thing, yeah. I think a healthy relationship, if I were to define healthy in a relationship, I would say a relationship that is achieving its objectives.
Okay.
So again, I go back to how I started. Have objectives for your relationship. So achieving a healthy relationship is, if you say communication has to be key, then every day and every time when you feel like communication is not being a priority, then that relationship is not healthy, because at onset you had put it as a key. When you say openness and there's no openness in the relationship, then again that removes the status of being a healthy relationship. So I think it's those milestones that you have set together, and every time you achieve them, it's almost like you reward yourself and say, yeah, we're on track. So will you deem it as a healthy relationship?
Okay. So there is such a thing.
There is, in a way, yes.
Okay, so it's like.
But my healthy is not your healthy. The way I define a healthy relationship may not be the way you define a healthy relationship. For me, I may say, you know what, I'm a communication junkie. You have to communicate, get hold of me, let's chat almost every day.
Yeah.
Maybe for you would be like once a week
It's fine.
it's fine. But for me that cannot work.
Okay.
Yeah.
I understand. Then another question says, is it all relationships that are meant to lead to marriage, or some are meant to be experiments or lessons?
Okay. I think because of my Christian beliefs,
Okay.
I would say from the onset, I wouldn't get in a relationship where I don't have a fixed destination. That would be naive and very foolish. So I think in any relationship, have the end in mind.
Okay.
Don't say, let's see what this leads us. If the person begins to cheat on you, that's where it led you. So don't get angry or don't get hurt because you never defined it.
Okay.
So if you want to go on a journey, I'll give you a good example. If you want to travel somewhere, you have to pinpoint your final destination. Then you calculate backwards and say, okay, if I'm going to drive all the way to Durban, how much fuel do I need? How much spending money on the road do I need? What are the expenses? But if I just get in my car and I say I'm going to Durban and I don't even make it out of Gauteng, then I'm like, I'm hurt. Because I didn't calculate anything. So you have to calculate and you have to count all the cost. And now, because it's quite a dynamic question, now to say you're getting in a relationship and you don't have a goal for that relationship, it's a recipe for disaster.
But then, also what they say, experiment is the best teacher. So then, how does it play a role in that?
Yeah, not really experiment, being the best teacher, but I just take it as life itself is the best teacher. Life teaches you a lot of things. So in your experimenting, be careful that you're not hating yourself or hating the other person. So that's where you see, once you speak of relationship, the most important thing you must always guard jealously, and it's no compromise. That's your heart, and you cannot compromise. You can't experiment with your heart or somebody else's heart. I don't know if there's somebody out there who say, I just want to go get hurt. I want to see how it feels. I really want to get hurt. I want to get betrayed and be dumped. I want to see how that feels. I think everybody else sees the light at the end of the tunnel. Everybody else wants a fairy tale end to whatever they're doing. If you're going in a relationship and you don't hope or wish or aspire to get to a glorious end with that relationship or with that person, then yeah.
Okay. But then how it is, how exactly do you guard your heart? Because once the heart is set to say, okay, I want that, I, for example, myself, I don't want to lie. If I set my mind in my heart says, blessing, you're going to get this, I go to every means to get it. So then how do I guard my heart?
How you guard your heart is that love or or affection shouldn't be about your heart.
Okay.
Don't go in it with your heart first. Go in it with your mind first.
Alright.
No matter how much you feeling, you feeling in quotes, feelings in quote, you fight. It's an internal battle that you say, no, I'm not going to allow my body to take control. I'm not going to allow my feelings and my hormones to rule me. This has to be a head decision. So you get in a relationship from here first, then this, after the whole trust and all of that is trusted, is established, then you begin to give slowly. Not the other way around. Bam, there you are. Then now you're gonna get hit left, right, and center. Yeah.
When you were saying that, my heart just went is this possible?
I think it's quite close to home now.
Yeah, really. So also in the relationship, how do you deal with each other's friends?
Okay, I think with each other's friends, it depends really how far those friends have been with you. I know in most times, I've had to lose friends along the way. Some friends that didn't approve of my choices.
Okay.
Some friends that were quite jealous to such an extent that they were so possessive of me that they didn't allow me to also bring somebody else into the space whom I wanted to spend my life with. So I've lost quite a bit of friends. The way I dealt with it, I don't know how others would. The way I deal with it is, is this significant other? Are they worth me losing a 2-year relationship with my friends or a year's relationship with my friends? Because some of them, what they were saying was unrealistic and unreasonable. You know, they thought they knew my choices or my type of girl, but I knew what I wanted. So I had to stick to my decision, and I lost friends. But along the way, there were other friends that then accepted me with my choices. Yeah.
Okay, so guys, choose your friends wisely.
Yeah.
So another question is, if your friends do not like your partner, is it safe for you to hide the relationship from them?
I think from the word go, the moment they don't like your partner, then that's like a telltale sign to do two things. Number one, give them a benefit of doubt.
Okay.
What is it that they are seeing? You know, sometimes, like you've said, you go with your heart first, and the reasoning, emotions goes in, reason goes out.
Yeah.
So they're seeing what you are not seeing.
Okay.
So give them a benefit of doubt and say, guys, come on, what is it about this relationship? What is it about this person that you don't like, or you're seeing red lights? Yeah. So what is it? Then you hear them out.
Okay.
And then you also take, it's like a filter. Whatever they say to you, take that filter in, look at it from their point of view.
Okay.
If you see that there's no merit to what they are saying, then you have to actually give them an ultimatum. Say, guys, these are my choices based on this. If they still don't understand, that's when you say, you know what, I have to make a choice.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So do you think cheating is normalized? Because you find that nowadays it's like the norm. They say, okay, he cheated. Back then it used to be like, ooh, a lady cheated. But then now it's like, yes, she cheated on your boyfriend, and it seems normal. So what do you think on that?
I think it's a stereotype way of thinking. Okay. This is where our society has come to. I think there are many dimensions to that. Number one, relationships shouldn't be public affairs. It shouldn't be anybody's business. It should be private. You know, for a while, until now, you guys are making the public decisions to say, okay, we want to be known, we want to marry, we want to wed, stuff like that. So if you get to a place where you begin to cheat, I would never in any time validate that.
Okay.
You have to ask yourself why. Okay, are you not happy with your choice? If you're not happy with your choice, have you tried to come to a place where you reconcile? In other words, make things work. If that can't be done, if you given each other, even I'll call them ultimatums to say, our relationship is like this, we need to fix it like this. Is the other person willing to meet you halfway? Is the other person willing to meet halfway to fix? Because it shouldn't be one person's job to fix the relationship. It consists of two people. So everybody must compromise, bend backward to make it work. Then when you see somebody now being said, I know I cheated because this person did this, I think they've gone too far off. Why can't you say, can this relationship be saved? If it cannot be saved, then why waste each other's time? Because in cheating, you bringing a lot of things in it. You're now bringing in, if it gets out, there's so much anger, the relationship is worse off. Out of that anger, somebody can say, no, I'm going to hurt somebody. You get what I'm trying to say? So if you can't stay with that person, I would say leave that person. I'm sure there's somebody out there who value. Exactly.
Okay. So guys, don't settle. Like, don't.
Yeah.
Don't. What's your take on a long distance relationship, and do you think it's something that could work out, or it's just dating? I don't know how to explain it, but I hope you get what I'm trying to say.
I get it perfectly. I think long distance relationship works. Okay. Only if the values are in place. All right. Because the first thing that comes into my mind, long distance, what are they doing when I'm not seeing them? Who are they with? All of those things. So you become insecure all the time. But let me tell you something. If a guy is going to cheat, they can cheat whilst they 1,000 miles away. They can also cheat in front of your
next
face.
year.
So it boils down to a value system. Number one. Number two, again, what is the vision for the relationship?
Yeah.
Why am I wasting my time with a woman who's overseas and we don't know where we're going? But if there's a vision and it says in 3 years' time, our vision says we'll be together, then we'll start a family and we'll start a home and we then a long term can be sustained by that vision. But if there's no vision in place, a long distance doesn't work. But if there's a vision to say, okay, you go overseas, it's for 2 years because after that, this is what we want to achieve. Then that long distance doesn't even become long.
Yeah.
Lastly, it also works if you are pretty much busy people.
Okay.
And you are busy with your life. Maybe you're doing school, you're doing varsity, or you're running with a very demanding project and they are doing the same. Because the last thing you want is to be in a very involving relationship when you're both busy. Then you end up compromising on the relationship. And whenever you meet, the relationship doesn't have the quality and the value it deserves because you're either tired or your mind is on whatever you're doing and the other person's mind is whatever they're doing. You're just doing it. You're just coming together for the sake of, no, we have a relationship, so we have to meet.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it can work after all.
Yeah.
All right. Maybe I should try that. What do you think?
It's very safe as well. The demands on each other are very reasonable.
Okay.
What sustains a relationship, I will give you this for free, what sustains a relationship is not how many times we meet, or how many times we have good times, or how many times we just go out and be merry and have fun. What sustains and maintains a proper relationship is the value you've placed on the relationship.
Yeah.
So a guy will say, I'll not cheat on my girlfriend because I'm planning to have a future with her. Love is the last thing that should have a say in it. Because sometimes, like, because I love you, can you quantify love?
No,
You can't. So you say, no, I'm planning to have a future with her. We're planning a future together. You would say to your boyfriend, no, I'll never look at another guy or even entertain because I value the way he trusts me. Even though he's away, he's far away from me, he trusts me as though he's just next to me. So you wouldn't want to mess that up.
Do you think in a relationship it should be 50-50?
Yes and no.
Why?
Yes. Yes is what I started with, to say when you go in, count the cost. As simple as that.
Yeah.
What is your cost? What are you bringing in? By counting the cost, I'm not saying it should be then in monetary ways. It's like, I'm going in this relationship, dude, I'm looking for love, I'm looking for affection, I'm looking for loyalty, I'm looking for friendship. And the other person does what they're looking for. So every time you don't get those things, you feel robbed because you're like, no, these are the things that I said I'm looking for, and you said you're able to provide them. Maybe all they will say, yo, I'm looking for loyalty, I'm looking for somebody that will care and love for me no matter what. And every time they feel like you're not caring for them, they'll bark like a dog and say, but
you promised.
yeah, so that's what we brought on the table. That's the yes part. The no part could be, you could get in a relationship with somebody who's been hurt, or who's coming from a background that is quite dysfunctional, and they actually don't know how to express how they feel. So what do you do as a person? You realize, no, my person has a communication problem. Rather than push them and hit them on what they lack, you actually bend far backward for them to realize that they really want to say sorry, but they're coming from a background where they were never taught to say sorry. So you be patient with them and you nurture them to get to a place where they now express the way they feel comfortable. I don't know if it's making sense. 50-50, it's relative. When I say relative, it's occasional. But then now you're in a relationship. You can't be just, the guy can't be the person who's just taking you out all the time. No. Now the dynamics are very varied. And
Okay.
yeah, and sometimes you can take your guy out and like, you know, you can also buy him a gift. He buys you a gift. It's two ways. That's how you. If you find somebody who just does stuff for you, it's one way, one way, one way. Tomorrow they will use that against you. Then you feel like you are bound, and they own you. You know, every time they speak, this I got for you, this I got for you. When they say that, says, I also got you that, I got you that, then it's level playing field.
Yeah, that's so true.
Yeah.
That's very true. So I think this is almost similar to the other one, but then it says, what's your take on your partner having friends of the opposite sex and vice versa?
Okay. The question is why? Why am I not woman enough? Am I not man enough? Why would, if these friends were there before, if they were there before, this I actually love this question. If they were there before,
okay,
and they approve of my choices,
yeah,
it's fine. So the moment my better half comes into place, those female friends of mine must take a step back.
all right,
I won't chase them away. They're still my friends, but try to make them also become your better halves. Not so much as party buddies,
okay,
but let them relate.
all right,
Yeah, let there not be this awkwardness between them, that type of a thing. The same way with the other way. But if the moment your friends begin to play the jealous card, out of the bed.
But then, like, also you find that there are instances, like, say I'm not comfortable with my boyfriend having like friends of the opposite sex. It's like coming from the fact that maybe I've been in a scenario before whereby I found the so-called friends were like actually having what can I say,
friends with benefit type of thing.
Yeah, friends with benefits type of a thing. So that kind of makes me insecure even in my next relationship, because I'm always like alert. Okay, so like, is this friendship really genuine? Is it really what? Is it what? How do you deal with that?
It's from the word go. You communicate. Remember, this is where most people miss it with relationships. You try to avoid arguing from the word go because you don't want to ruin whatever is nice there.
Yeah.
But the relationship should start with fireworks. I mean, with bombs, bullets everywhere. Fight from the word go, so that you establish proper foundations. Because what you will do, you won't challenge me because of my girlfriend.
Yeah.
You're like, because they've been there for him and all of that, because you just want to become my woman.
Yeah.
But that will become an issue. So from the word go, tell me, I'm not comfortable with her being the place she's now. This is my space. Can you imagine in the middle of the night, this woman is calling and we're joking and we're laughing and no, that's now your place. Remember, you suppose as much as you're my girlfriend to become either my wife, you actually supposed to be my friend. So what is it that I can feel comfortable to laugh with other girls, which I can't laugh with my woman? Yeah, that's also why are you there for? So these are the questions you must ask from the onset. Challenge. If it's a guy, I mean, like, I wouldn't tolerate my wife to have boyfriends who are close. Where I actually say, I know we're going for lunch with so and so. No way. If I'm not part of that lunch date, no one is going anywhere.
But I feel like sometimes, like, having friends of the opposite sex it's much easier than like having the friends with same sex, because you find that sometimes, say like lady to lady, we're so judgmental towards each other, and like if it's a guy, like you don't even care, you just like let it all out because you know it obviously like he has his own games that he's playing and all of that. So then like how?
Okay, I think what you need to do, I have to be quite very careful how you're going to define and categorize this type of friends. Are they colleagues? Are they co-workers? Are they friends?
Yeah.
Because for me, I have a lot of colleagues, even now, who they may think they're my friends, but they are colleagues who I'm friendly towards.
So basically, they're just your associates.
Yes.
All right.
I can even, if they have a function, I can attend. If they're chilling somewhere, I can go and chill with them.
Okay.
But a friend to me is somebody who's they know stuff about me. They go way deep with me. And now if you have an opposite person who's way deep, like the way I define a friend, then it's actually a no-no, because you find out that whenever you fight with your guy, who do you run to? Your friend. You understand? Is your friend a saint?
No.
One day they will find you with all defense systems down. Yeah. Remember, they are your friend because in the first place they liked something about you.
Yeah.
So the question is, that thing they like about you, how deep does it run?
Oof.
You see now?
Okay. Yeah, I get it. The other question is, what are your thoughts on independence in a relationship? Say I'm in a relationship, right? And I'm someone who likes to do my own things, you know me. Like, what do you think about me being independent in the relationship, saying, okay, like, listen, babe, as much as we're in this together, but then, like, that doesn't stop me from hustling, like, doing my type of a thing, like,
Yeah.
what's your take?
150% for it. Girl, you gotta be independent.
Yeah.
Because your independence brings you liberty. This is who you are. You're not a couch potato waiting to get in a relationship, get married, have babies, stay back at home and just be cooking and making babies. I think that you'll be bored over a period of time. And that's when people start taking ownership of people.
Yeah.
If you have a desire, if you have a dream of which I believe you should have, just because you're now in a relationship, whether the guy earns millions and millions and you earning like 10 rand, you're hustling and getting that 10 rand, keep hustling and getting that 10 rand, because what makes you is more than money. What makes you is who you are. You validate yourself based on what you are doing. So if you just sit and now you want one person to be providing for you, they'll provide even 99%, but that 1%, keep doing it, because that's what validates you as a person. And I'll tell you something about guys that most people don't know. As much as we can give our women everything, deep down, every guy loves an independent woman. Yeah, not because we want anything from them, but an independent woman tends to be strong. They're also your soundboard. Sometimes hard decisions, you just bounce it off them. But if they're a couch potato, they don't want to think outside the box, they don't want to hustle, they don't want to do anything, you ask them something, like, I don't know. And you even end up knowing that if it comes to things like hustling, pushing, being independent, being innovative and making money or that type of thing, I can't come here, I have to go there. Then that's bad. Every guy, deep down, the one, that girl who is like, yeah, I'm doing my nails thing. Like, yes. You get your 30 rand from your nails, I get my 3 mil, still okay.
Yeah.
Even when it comes to actually let's do things, I could say let's go out and the meal is, for argument's sake, 1,200. Even if I pay the whole 1,200, you say I will tip the waiter. You tip the waiter. That does something to his head and to your head as well.
Okay.
That 50 rand tip has just made you walk tall and proud.
Okay.
So independence.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay. All right. So like last night I was talking to this friend of mine. Like she posted on her status saying your problem is that you see a husband in every player that you date. What's your take on that?
Totally agree. I mean, like, there I couldn't even agree, add anything or subtract anything, because you see, when you go hunting, you have to know what you want to catch.
Yeah.
You understand? If you're going to say, I'm going to hunt and I want to catch an antelope, you can't catch a rabbit, then try to twist the rabbit into an antelope. Then tomorrow you're complaining, I wanted an antelope, now I got a rabbit. I hope now turn that in your situations. Turn it, think about it. How many times did you go out there looking for an antelope and you got a rabbit and you're like, I'm gonna turn this rabbit into an antelope, and the rabbit couldn't change into an antelope and you broke up. So most relationships, they break up because somebody is going out there with a filter to say husband.
Yeah.
So the very first day you're already scaring this guy. Because you're talking about the cows, your aunts and your uncles and all of these things. No, you grow into that. I started by saying have goals. If marriage is something you desire, from the word go, as you building that relationship, don't wait too long. When I said 50-50 thingy, this is where you lay it on the table. Say, look, I've been everywhere. I've had my fair share of heartbreaks and I've broken some few hearts. I would like a relationship that eventually leads to marriage. Not like this 90-day two-word thing. That's just acting, guys. Yeah. So don't think that every person, but also don't go in that relationship if you believe your vision is not their vision. It's never, that guy is never gonna become a marriage material from the blue. It's either they have it in them, it's something that they would want eventually, or they don't, and they'll say it from the word go. Yeah.
Okay. All right, guys, don't twist an antelope into a rabbit. Okay, so like the last question, not really a question per se, but a scenario too. Say, you know how they say like follow your gut instinct and all of that. Say you're in a scenario whereby you have two male friends, right? Then the other male friend likes you, but you don't like them, and you like their friend, and their friend likes you. Out of 10, and reason being, like, why would you think that, like, maybe they are in it together? Like, your gut instinct is telling you, okay, like, these people, they know each other. They're just trying to see, okay, who gets the girl? Like, what would you do if your gut is saying, this, I'm being played here? Yeah.
Okay, number one, I'll say never listen to your stomach. Never listen to your stomach. It only leads you to the toilet. But yeah, that's like just a no right there. The moment you have two friends and one of them is into you and you're into them, and you also know that the other one may be into you, that's a recipe for disaster. The best way for you is to leave them both. And I'll tell you what we do, guys. You can ask 99% of the guys if they want to be honest with you, they'll tell you. The moment I start dating somebody, it's my friends know. Yeah, my guys know. Even some stuff that happens between us, some of it. My guys know. So the chances that these guys will share notes, the chances are very high. And now, be careful also if they spin it around, because once you go for A and you leave B, B is going to be hurt. And by him being hurt, is you messing your relationship with him and you messing his relationship with A. I don't know if it's making sense. But let me tell you something, ladies. The moment you have a sense that a guy is cheating, there's a high probability that he's cheating. This don't wait for the skies to give you this thunderstorm. The moment you start sensing something, unless you've been hospitalized at some stage for paranoia, that you are being paranoid, when you sense that somebody's cheating, there's a high probability that they are cheating. Do you understand? So if you sense that this guy is maybe pulling a fast one before you, don't be naive. Don't go there.
Ladies.
If you are bold enough, confront. Sit them both. Sit them. Sit this one there, sit this one there, and tell them, I like you like a friend. I may have a bit of romantic feelings. If you can just stop X, Y, Z, these are the things, this could work. Honesty in a relationship. Let me tell you something. Honesty is the best. Never compromise on honesty. Honesty means that I'm doing me. And these are my preferences. These are my choices. At the end of the day, you take it or leave it. Because the moment I violate it, you bring them back to that Thursday when you're sitting down and say, this is a deal breaker. This is a no-go. This is a what. But they get away with a lot of things. People get away with a lot of stuff in a relationship because you hurt silently. You suffer silently. You dust yourself up and you go back. But they never change because you never communicated that when you do this, it hurts me like this. When you do that, it makes me happy like this. So speak. honesty is key. Yeah.
Okay. Wow, like I feel like this whole session was about me, but then yeah, guys, like thank you so much. Thank you so much. Guys, I hope you learned one or two. Like as for me, I think like okay, I don't even have words. Like I don't. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much. So guys, this is it for today. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please like, subscribe, comment and share. Hope to see you in my next video. Bye.
Bye.